apparently I started just drawing lines on the wall, like wax crayon and on enamel walls, so
Everywhere.
everywhere.
It doesn't start on the walls.
I just started drawing lines, lines, like like nothing fancy, just line. But you must also like remember that like I was must have been about like maybe 5 years old, something like that. I think quite seriously, I would say read more books and texts, specifically by female authors.
Welcome to my space. My life and journey is one of ups and downs. Life can be very challenging, but it's when we open up that we find our solace. Let's heal. Let's grow. Let's cry. And you know what? Laugh together. Welcome to Conversations with Phumzile. Your girl next door.
Conversations with Phumzile, the girl next door. Is that time? Your girl next door is here. So guys, remember the things that I started. So good different. Now I can be like saying yes. Subscribe. But before I say subscribe, guys, thank you so much. We've reached, I think, 1,008 subscribers. And the views are 22,000 or so. So we're getting there. And I've also grown, I think, TikTok subscribers, 1,003. So thank you so much. So now I know this works. So please do subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification button so that you will know when the next video is dropping. So the girl next door is here. I did say on my last podcast, since we moved to new studios, to say we're going to do things differently, going to have different segments. Today is the first segment, career and profession. So the first career that I chose and profession is one in my heart, artistry. I didn't want to go deep, go doctor, go medical, go no. Artist. Pebofatso.
Dumelang my guy.
Welcome. I'm good. Yo, my Sotho and my Zulu, they can all mix. Mokoena.
Yeah, that's fine.
Welcome. 2 years, I think almost 2 years, if not more.
Yeah.
We've planned to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Now, 2025, we are here.
Yeah, no, it's finally happening.
Thank you. Thank you for honoring the invite. Pebofatso Mokoena.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
do bios. I don't introduce people to say, oh, Pebofatso from growing up in Albertine, No, you are my boy next door. Almost my son next door.
Yeah.
Like literally next door. Same street. This is why the show is Conversations with Phumzile, the girl next door, because I think it's so good to like shine the light on our heroes that you live next door.
Yeah.
Because we
hero.
Yes, you. Oh, okay. Before when you are a hero in my house, the things I have in my house when you live in, you are also in my house every day. Because we look up to so many people that we can't reach.
Yeah.
We can't touch, you can't even get on a phone call. So I think I'm hoping with Conversations with Phumzile, the people that come to the podcast is people that when you get here and somebody is inspired by you, they can be able to say, hey, Phumi, Kimang Ole, I want him to come coach my son or do this and all that. You are reachable, you are touchable. And that's why I do what I do. Welcome again, Pebofatso. Let's go down to, now you are Mr. Internationally, everything, your collaborations. Are khutlele ko Phebo, the young man growing up ko Albertine. Who's Phebo?
Where can I start? Let me say this. I was born in 93, right? And so, kind of being born at that time, like you're in between, and like at the time, Mzansi was in this transition, towards democracy. So
But you're born for Albertine, so already you are born on the other side.
It's again, why I want. So coming out of the Spetlele, I think then going back to go Togos, that's where like the folks were staying, right? Togos. And at the time, like there was like, really like hectic violence at the time, and so, things were very complicated, and actually like that's where my name comes from,
Actually, I was about to ask, we're going there, like, I don't know anybody who's Pebofatso.
Yeah.
Like, yeah?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So hopefully, I'm the only one.
I don't know any other. Even when I Googled you, this time you're research. Even when I Googled you, there was no any other.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. No, it's fine, and then like that's why my parents named me Pebofatso.
What does it mean?
It means to simplify.
To simplify.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, what?
The poetry.
Yes. Now I'm even thinking I'm going into your art, the simple lines and all that, but let's not go there. Yeah?
Yeah, so, you're right.
I'm right there with you. Okay.
Yeah, and so, this kind of, so like the name really is a response to challenge, like to challenging circumstances.
Yeah.
And so, I
last
tried
one.
to live up. Yes.
I think they were like ready to simplify things. We are done. No stress, no fighting, no struggle. So when you came, you were like that.
Like that's the end.
That's the end.
Yeah.
Okay, then where do you meet creativity, arts, and you go to school? Where did the passion start? Where did this person or talented?
Well, let me start by saying that I think this art thing, like, one doesn't just, one doesn't just decide to be an artist one day,
Yeah.
I think more often than most, it's, something, like a force,
That comes in, yeah.
Yeah, and like, like you really become an artist like that, like you're chosen,
Oh, yes, true.
And so through that, then I think I started just drawing lines on the wall, like West crayon and on enamel walls, so
everywhere. It doesn't start on the walls.
So I mean, like I just drew lines
Sister's
everywhere.
homework book, everything.
And so like we just started, and so I just started drawing lines, lines, like no, like nothing fancy, just line.
Yeah.
Because there was something quite fascinating about
lines,
about making a mark, and then just like running with the crayon on the wall. Like that's my first memory of me being an artist.
Okay.
Or of being someone who's interested in drawing.
Oh yes.
And then I think that the folks kind of saw that like, you know what, this guy, like what draw, so like let's just give him a book, like ordinary 72 page faint and margin book and a pen, and then like from there I just kind of began drawing like wrestling characters or drawing like shoes, designing shoes for Nike and all of those things. And so but you must also like remember that like I was must have been about like maybe 5 years old, something like that.
Or when they started like seeing that you can draw and all that, when they gave you the tools.
Yeah.
Okay, they started early.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's
early.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think because in some of the things that I talk about when it comes to parenthood is one of those things that how we need to learn to parent now and pay attention to our kids. Because then, back in the day, Tina, is like there was only these careers, teacher, doctor, lawyer, and all that. There was not a lot our parents would, but even see whether you're playing with a doll. I don't think back then they will see good because you are playing with a doll to say wakula. That's wonderful. I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, no, like I'm glad
and then
too.
You went to school, and then you decided also school. Then immediately after matric, was that then your choice? What did you study?
I studied from, I think, so I did fine art at high school level.
Okay.
But at primary school level and then at high school.
Okay.
So it was always there.
Yeah.
This interest in being an art, or just not necessarily being a professional artist, but just being an artist, And then I think roughly in around grade 11, I
Yep.
think like a jolt of lightning hit me, you
Yeah.
know, and I was just like, okay, I think it, and then like,
This
you know,
is it.
yeah, this is it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you went UJ and Wits.
That's true. Yeah.
And
To both of them.
both of exactly both of them. So did it also influence your creativity to where you are now based on what you studied there? Did
Yeah.
it influence it, or because you came already with the talent, with something that you already had vision of the things that you want to do? How did it influence it?
No, it influenced it a lot
Even more.
because I mean, like, you know, like it's almost like, you know, like it feels like, you know, like you've got raw material inside of you. You know, and so going to school feels like you are bringing that raw material to the surface, and then like you process that.
Speaking to
raw
the
material,
artist, you bring raw material. God.
you know, but yeah, man. But you know, but it's important.
Then somebody else unleash everything.
Yeah, for you, you know, like you need to be able to. Well, I needed to be able to do it for myself. you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, let's just go into it because I can see, you know, artists, even the artist mind, I can even hear your thoughts. They are artistry, like last October, Kurma in poetry.
You know?
Let's talk about the, we spoke a bit about the lines.
Yeah.
So the lines and making the marks.
Yeah.
Unpack that for me, you know, those lines, you know, technically, but just symbolically, what do they mean to you now? Because they started the way they started, but now because they are a center of your piece, most of the pieces.
Yeah.
Yo, bra, I saw this scarf. Hey, Kabuta Prize. Guys, let me tell you, I'm like, okay, we'll come back. We'll start small. So tell me about the lines and what they symbolize.
Oh, I mean, okay, so I'm going to be a bit philosophical now.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, to me at least, you know, like drawing a line is like, you know, the most basic thing ever, you know, like you just draw like a line, you know, by pen or, you know, and like, you know, like we all draw lines, you know, like we all draw a stick man, you know,
some of us don't even draw stickmen well. I know, bruh.
Bad bags,
I should
crooked
have.
fingers.
You know what I'll do? I'll put the piece of the art that I tried and do Canva thing that I drew. There was a tree, and I think we're supposed to draw a tree. There was a moon and all that.
Yeah.
It only once. I want to draw just a line and see my drawing. I'll show it to you as well.
Yeah, like now I also want to see it, you know. But you know, like this line thing, you know, is like, you know, the way to connect from point A to point B is a line, you know, whether it's, you know, idea to idea or, you know, place to place, you know, and like things, you know, even in, you know, GPS, when you type in, you know, I want to go from here to here.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
There's
like
always...
it's a line, you know, you know, and like there's things like, you know, like globally about like, you know, like supply chains, you know, which are also like, you know, like lines to bring products into a place, or, you know, production lines, or, you know, but also like this thing about line is like, it's what builds our world, you know, like architects draw these imaginary buildings through line, you know, on a paper, you know.
Reminding me of economics that I felt 100 times, but anyway, the curveballs and okay.
Yeah, like, you know, like S curves, J curves, all of those things. Hey, sorry for triggering you there.
Sergeant Trigger, yes.
Yeah, man. So, you know, and so realizing that, you know, like line is a tool to build worlds is it became important for me to understand, but also to see and to feel in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a piece that will show, I think, as we go, so that people can get to understand, because when you think line, you just think either line, vertical, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
But the meaning and the symbol, I think when now people will go and see your work, they will get to understand it very well.
Yeah.
But I like what you're saying about what does line mean in general, but it's something that is part of our lives. Everything must start somewhere and end somewhere.
Yeah.
And whatever direction that it will take you, there has to be a line however way.
Yeah.
Whew, wow. Let's talk about social politics, space, and family. These are the things that also are more showcase or reoccurring in your work. How? Why? How do you when it's an art piece,
Yeah.
I don't know how would somebody, when they see the piece, but possibly you'll show us to say, how does then this speak to the family now?
Yeah.
The socio-economical stuff. How does that work?
It's a line, man. Like it's a line.
Economics.
It's a game, whatever game. But again, it's like like the family tree is like a series of lines that connect. You know what I mean? And so but like the line is in that way, the line is a means to make family connection or like relational connections,
Generation to generation.
You see. So, again, simplifying, this thing,
Yes.
Because
it can, in a family tree, it could be complicated. It can be like, which one this connects to who?
Yeah.
But then your art then simplifies it in a way.
Yeah, but it's quite abstract, you see. So,
No, definitely. But I think now in my head, because I know your work and I've seen it, I feel excited because I can actually see. I'm seeing the lines and I'm seeing stuff that you've done, and I'm getting excited in my head now that I'm going to be able to interpret it differently.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think your work is beautiful, and I think that's why I got to a point. Maybe let's just do this before we even move to things that we've done. I think so that people can have an idea. This is mine, guys, I bought. So this was collaboration with Mr. Price.
Yes.
Is it still there? So this is my favorite, and I posted it recently when I was wearing it last year around this time.
Yes.
Because I saw when it came on my feet, guys, the lines, so that you can get... we'll just show you the lines. This is mine. Mabati Girl Next Door support. I went to buy, including the pillow. Baby said, no, you can just get braga banka. This is me. So this is one of the big collabs that you've done. And also there's also exhibitions. I think you participated in about 5 solo exhibitions.
Yes.
Tell us more about those. Where were they? How did that come about?
The exhibitions. Oh, okay, let me start by
with
saying,
the collabo.
Yes, thank you for the support. I think what I realized is having an exhibition is probably one of the first
I want to make sure that the color, so that don't just buy collab designer, you see. Mr. Price home.
Well, actually, they are sold out now. So
I know somebody wanted it, and So will it come back? Not sure.
No.
Or something different, obviously.
Maybe something in the works.
Publicity. We just said that, so we'll take you. Okay, bring them back. They are nice. My house is cozy because of them. So yes, and the solo.
Yeah, and so the solo is a way to just to consolidate the work that the development of the work of the practice.
Yes,
So if like a person says like, okay, I've been part of 5 solo shows, that just means that I've just had like 5 bodies of work that are developed, for where I am, whether philosophically or emotionally or conceptually, so it's just
every stages of your growth. Because when you do something now, it elevates to something else. You're never the same, and the art is never the same.
No, never.
Do you surprise yourself sometimes?
All the time.
I can imagine, like, wow, this is me. This is me.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like,
Yes.
like, hey, this is nice. This is nice.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think was it last year or the year before when Dad called me. Your son is leaving. I'm like, yeah. Like, hi, Dad. Your son is leaving. You must make sure that you call him. I'm like, he's leaving. I'm thinking. So, and in my head, because I know you. It took forever. Like, internationally, somebody's going to go represent us that side.
Yes.
And then was it last year or the year before? Oh, you've been, okay, how many times? Okay. So how many times and where did you represent us as South African on the other side when presenting your art?
Oh, my word.
I know Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so the works, I didn't go to Washington, D.C., but the works did.
Okay.
But I have been to, where have I been to? I've been to Iran.
Okay.
That was my first international residency.
Okay.
And then just like periodic visits to Harare, Zim, and then Namibia. Last year, then I was in Namibia, and as well I was in Vancouver in Canada.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
Canada.
yeah,
Oh yes, it was Canada. Because the way Papa said it, it was like, yo, this person is not coming back. But the excitement and you've been going, representing.
Yeah.
But what does that do to your work and you as an artist when you are invited or when you get to be able to share your artist globally?
Oh, that's a big question. I think so I'll start here. So yes, you get exposure.
Yeah.
But I think more than that, you open up your point of view, what they call your subjectivity, and then you meet, you meet some really amazing people, like everywhere.
Other talents as well.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, like, in Iran, like, we don't really know this, but like they've got a fantastic film history.
Okay.
Right? Canada too, I've got like, like people are just like making films amazing,
yeah.
And then like, you go to like all of these other places and like you see people doing like really, really like amazing things. And like it inspires you.
Oh yeah.
To make better work, like.
And to want to do more.
Yeah. Because I mean, like we always think that like we've done enough, but man, like, like the thing, like the work that people do in like 24 hours in a day is wild, and they still have time to rest, so it gives you perspective on like, what, like,
sure,
you can do more,
sure,
you can do more amazing things.
Yeah. So I was at a graduate program this weekend, talking to newly graduates who are looking to getting into working world soon. Yeah. I know in South Africa there's an issue when it comes to unemployment, and I know that now there's more opportunities for kids to go to school and be able to get to qualify professionally and all that. So with where art is as seasonal lecture, and you say now and again, so you also lecture, whether it's seasonal or not, you lecture. So you also mentor others. Would you still say, or would you encourage more young people to look into this type of artist profession? I don't want to. Being an artist is broad. I'm not talking entertainment. I'm not talking music. We're talking fine arts. Would you encourage young people to really, those who are talented, and not take it as a, when you're talented, sometimes you don't even think. It's your talent. You can go anywhere with it. But would you still encourage them to go study? Where are we in terms of giving that education that will make other people go, like, get the opportunities that you have now, and going back to school and do study and do
not the just things.
Yeah, do they, and not just rely on I am talented.
Yeah. No. You can't. Look, I think. There's a saying that goes, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Hard work beats
talent.
Okay.
Even when...
Please repeat that.
So hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Oh wow.
So I mean the real key really is not talent.
It's not talent. It's everything else you put behind.
Yeah, talent. Hard work. 100%. 100% hard work. And yeah, man, and just being just like like talent and or passion is the thing that will kind of get you started.
Yeah.
But really,
the other hard work.
But the other like 90% is like hard work, you know. And yeah, but whether like.
And the papers, do say it, and the qualification, and the papers, and the credentials. They'll say, yeah, we know you're talented, but let's see how you harnessed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you call it hard work as like work hard, but like, go back to school.
Yeah, no. I mean, like you have to go back.
I
because
like how you play it down. So definitely they must.
Yeah, no, go to school, but I think more than that, I think it's just, or what I'm beginning to realize more and more is that, there's power in invention. So, I mean, so number one, you have to go to school.
Yes.
Go to school, don't do
out.
drugs, don't have kids early and don't go into debt, right? But
love it.
But also at the same time,
I'll make sure that we rewrite and then we'll quote Pebofatso Mokoena.
That's really helpful, because it's like to be an artist per se is not easy.
Yeah.
I will say like it's a lonely road.
Oh yeah.
It's a lonely road because, like you have to sit, with these thoughts and ideas and, all of these ideas that have like hundreds and thousands of years of history, that you have to kind of, find yourself in.
Sure.
So that's the exciting thing is that, once you realize that actually you're actually part of a lineage or a history of people who have, worked in the creative field for thousands of years globally, like the art thing is, it's not just
it's not just a
an art thing, like people carving into stone or, like people like invented writing systems, based on, being creative, and so, and it's recognizing that like you aren't alone in this field.
Yeah.
Like now, working in a studio or, like you might be like alone, but, to understand that there's friends and colleagues, in history.
Yes.
That's
the thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Talking about friends and colleagues, because I was going to ask then, how do you balance your personal life and your work and also academia the same? So
calendar.
Oh, calendar. Oh, you are so structured.
Get a calendar, man. Like, I mean, like, because I've been on both sides, like,
oh, yes.
Not having a calendar, like, your life gets messy.
Wow. And you and people like you who are talented, like there's a movie called Beautiful Minds.
Yeah.
Because everything is in your mind and that you need to always unpack into.
Yeah, into something.
Like us, like you give birth all the time.
Yeah.
We can say we give birth, but you guys, you pregnant ideas and then now and again.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So if you could rewrite now the curriculum, because at least you are exposed into lecturing. If you were to rewrite the art curriculum for South Africa today, what would you keep? What would you remove? And what would you change? Knowing what you know now.
Wow.
We're talking careers. We want people to think again.
I think, okay, that's a hard question. But I think being or like kind of being born in the south of the continent, I think I would try to find more thinkers.
Oh, okay.
I would kind of dig in the archives and find like names of artists, thinkers, writers, producers, songwriters.
Oh yeah.
That are older than like the inception of apartheid. I think.
Oh wow.
I think that
there's a period that we're missing, ne?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like there are periods that we are missing, and I think finding those luminaries, would be really important for us to actually like find ground, because a lot of the time, like we often find that, like we always like referencing like, the West, or like we always
Europe,
referencing, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, there were folks that were like making paint from like leaves and berries and all of that, and like we're drawing on walls, and they had a very specific
And there's no history of
philosophical
that.
function.
Yeah.
And so, and like that's a history that's rich.
It's not,
and
that's
it's
not
grounded
there
in
out
this
there
location.
more.
Yeah, and like it's grounded in this location, like in the South,
Yeah.
So like South Africa, Lesotho, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, even Madagascar, like there's a lot of
untapped things, untapped history that is not there in our curriculum, and also books. You wouldn't just go, okay, that bookshop. Now I have my author, so at least I was safer the weight because my book is not there yet in that. But you not go to that bookshop and say you want and you must buy, to find artists if you don't even know them. So, and the better space for exposure is school.
Yeah.
Because then people will be able to get to know this artist and the history. Then you can go research.
Yeah.
Then you can find books. So it's important. I think with the African history, I think our cry is most of our stuff is not documented anywhere.
Yeah.
And so it means people must go out there, research and bring it forth. Okay, that's a beautiful addition.
Yeah, and share, because
Yeah.
a lot of the time, sorry.
And share.
But because a lot of the time, like, like there's like it might not be written in books, but it doesn't mean that it's not written somewhere else, So like maybe it's like written in the drawings, or like maybe it's like written in the music, or maybe it's written in the rhythm, and so, or maybe it's written in the environment, on the walls, so it like what I'm trying to say is that like, like these
somewhere.
things are written
They're
somewhere in different forms.
Yeah,
and like,
it's
all
how
we
we
have to do is
bring
just
them closer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was exposed to Kemet spirituality, pyramids and all that.
Yeah.
And that for me was another world, of how even the names of things and how they came about. Like there was even funny concept of how isiZulu came about and how the translation from English to isiZulu to say, guys, if you can go deeper, English isiZulu, there's a lot to find. So you're talking about bringing different things, like you are also part of the Secret Society publishers.
Yes, not so secret anymore.
Not so secret anymore. Okay, you see research and Google. So collaborations, how important are collaboration in your line of work on career?
Huge.
Yeah.
They're probably like the main ingredient, you know, because in order to, for me at least, in order to think about, writing systems in relation to music, or in relation to rhythm, or in relation to drawing, or in relation, to ceremony and all of that, like, like you can't, like you're not the world, the world is everyone around you, and like everyone, knows a little bit of something that you don't, but they don't know something that you do, right? Yeah. So, sharing in that sense, like sharing knowledges is vital, and but also one of the most important things for me that I'm also beginning to realize is that, if someone comes in, with like a different like neurological approach, or a different conceptual approach to this thing that they're asking you, like don't judge them, man.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Open your mind.
Hear them out, because I think, like a lot of people often tend to get demoralized because they, like they feel like that they're going to be judged, and so what's the, like why am I even telling you what I found is exciting to me in the first place?
Oh yes.
And then like you just close that off, and then like that's like a different world that like one's just closed off, which is, and like that's probably like the killer. Because then like we can't share in, like in shared knowledge. So
you also say it goes two way. So somebody must not close off getting other people's perspective or views because they might miss something.
Yeah.
But it means even artists must be willing to always openly share, even if it might be as abstract and like thinking like, I don't even think anybody would get what I'm thinking or saying because it's in my mind.
Yeah.
So with this, the networking is a key thing that every individual in any career or profession that you must network as much as possible.
Yeah, or just find out what's happening,
I like that. Or just find out. Other people, Ben, I don't know, they struggle with networking and struggle finding information.
Yeah.
So would you say, okay, they must find a way to find other people and information?
Yeah, man, like there's Google everywhere,
Yes, and social media everywhere.
Yeah, man. So, it's just really about finding out like what your interests are.
Yeah.
Because more than oftentimes, like you'll find that the thing that you're interested in, there's someone who's interested in, but you have to know what you are interested in and kind of trust that, like what I'm, like when I'm there, like I'm there and I don't have to like overperform, like that, like, like, no, like, like I'm black and therefore I'm the, no, man, like no need, like I think arriving into a space and knowing that like
everybody has
you
something
being
to do.
there is enough.
Or you being there with who you are, your talent and everything that you have is enough.
Yeah, it's enough.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then because it's a really beautiful way to kind of approach something with authenticity, like one then becomes less, like.
True. There's a concept that I know young people use it all the time, and I'm like not against it, get there and take up space and all that. But sometimes, as you say, to show up and just be enough, and not when you get into a space and when you're taking up space, and then because when you take space, then where would other people fit in if you take up? But if you just be in the space with everybody else, then it's easy to be comfortable to be yourself and feel enough.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to fill the room or be small enough.
No.
Or a room.
No. And then I think like once that happens, and then like you subconsciously also give other people space to be,
Yeah, I know it's a thing. It's not like as literal as I'm saying it, but when you are young and somebody go out there and take up space.
Yeah.
Some people will go out there and go with big. Okay, I've been watching this series, and I'm cool, and then there's an issue. Those who know. So let's just, before we close, reflection and legacy. Sitting here now and sharing and with where you've been, and now I know there's an exhibition coming, your work and all the more solos that will come. What would you tell your younger self who didn't know that you would have done everything that you've done at still this tender age? You're not 50, okay?
Age of it.
You're not 50, okay? Still, because I feel like at my 50, I'm young. There's so much to do. So imagine you. Still tender age. Now you get it? Okay. Tender age. Young pebbles out there.
Oh man. Honestly, I think quite seriously, I would say read more books and texts, specifically by female authors.
Female authors.
That's
fast.
Because I mean, like particularly, I think like black female authors, because it's. I think once you understand what black female authors are trying to say, philosophically and conceptually, like you really, like that is probably like, I feel that that's the way to go in the world, beyond.
I love your mind.
This is, like people have made this mind, not just me.
Yeah, because like I feel even how you express yourself, I am encouraged to go read more and find out more, because I think the way you see the world and the things that are out there, even if you can try get it out of your mind and say it, I don't think it's enough. I think it's like you need to see it, you need to feel it, you need to go dig it out. That's how like I feel. You like, guys, go out there.
And just like sense it, you know.
Sure.
Sense it.
No, I'm really motivated to do more. What is one piece of advice that you can give to, I will specifically say, young Black artists? Yeah. You know, it's so, I think, as you said, it's difficult being an artist, mainly again in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I know it's a career, it can be expensive.
Yeah.
And it can be not so accessible.
Yes.
And also there's a lot of uncertainty. And Lapo, you are your work.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's out there where you can apply for any position. It is you.
Yeah.
There's so much more that you need to do.
Yeah.
So what would you advise young people? Because now we need to create more work for us than trying to get employed.
Yeah. Like the only way to change the world is to, invent it,
The only way to change the world is to invent it.
Yeah. And actually just, there's a lot. There's a lot, but I think, wow, there's a lot. Where do I begin? Like, what is the question again?
Any one advice, if like, you know what, if you didn't hear anything or you were not able to get into my head as Pebofatso in all the advices and say, I got where I am and these are the few things that I've done, or my parents set me up, if you were then to advise somebody else, like a Black African child out there, to say, do this. I know you spoke about research, go find out information. What else?
Wow. I would say there's two things that I have learned from friends and colleagues, and one of them is, number one, get serious about your practice. So formalize your practice. Like when you're at exhibitions or openings, or like that, like you're at work, so like, there's, there's no need to be like drunk and treat it as a party. Like that's work, when you're in studio, like you're at work, and so, just get really serious. Set up a structure,
whatever you're doing,
get a calendar, understand like, the frameworks and the laws and all of that. I think that's what
Those
I would told me. And then also, I mean, there's a lot,
guys,
man. Like
so many advice, like, yo, guys, I'll
no.
get your own podcast so that these things can come up and then you can just, because, as a lecturer, I think by now you'll be like, I know you said something, but don't have babies early, don't do drugs, go to school. I know you did say those kind of things, which the first simple advice that every parent, I think we say it, but which are very important. But in this space, you like, there's a lot, but just be serious about it. Speaks to more personal branding and marketing yourself, because if you're serious about you will be able to present yourself like that.
I mean, like if I came through with like, a muscle top,
more like, what's it, Team J.
No.
Akidi line.
No. So, so.
Like, wow.
Yeah, I would say,
That's wild.
Yeah, to old me, I would be like,
Continue.
prepare. And prepare early.
Prepare early.
Prepare early,
Because then it gets harder when you start things later on in life, because now there's so many things that you need to learn in a short space of time.
Yeah.
And other people will be ahead, and there will be that imposter syndrome. You'll feel like, yo, kiye 20-year-old mole inali exhibition, naki 50 more wakala. You look at yourself like, sure.
No,
but still do, but start early if you can.
Yeah. I mean, like, but and then like you look at, But then, like you might like arrive with that view, on a residency.
Yeah.
And then like you go on residency and then like you might meet, like an 80-year-old like who's just started to paint, But when they paint, it's like they coming with like 50
so
years,
much wisdom
Yeah,
and talent.
So, so it like, again.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like you have to be
All sides.
Yeah,
Amazing.
man. And yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Maybe I have to open up. You're right. I have to open up this podcast.
Yeah, you should. You should. With that, what legacy would you like to leave? Not just because I know in galleries now, all your stuff, legacies that we have in our homes and all that, but you're personally, in people's hearts and minds.
Yeah. To be quite honest, I think I would like people to see my work like as a portal,
Okay.
as a window that shows like everyone who I'm working with at this time. I think that would be, male, female, like male, female, queer, whatever. You know. I think it's I would like my practice to continuously be in conversation with those in art history, but even
And
the
even
people
outside.
that I'm
Like people like us.
Yes.
Like we're not there, but we part of you in,
Yes.
in big ways.
Yes, and I'm, and like we're all part of the world, so to be in
Amazing.
conversation, to be continuously in conversation with the world that we're living in now,
Sure.
would be, a nice legacy. Yeah, the works, and then like with that, the works, are just like a consequence of that,
Okay.
So yeah, that's.
Legacy right there. Talking about that, if somebody wants to find you, where can they find you and when are you exhibiting again? Then we can invite people into your world.
Sure. I have a website, Pebofatso Mokoena.co.za.
I will have it on the screen there.
Yes, and yeah, man. On Insta, I'm there, Pebofatso Mokoena Studio. And yeah, just
Also, social media, at least you are present.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be present.
Yes,
You can't just.
And you've invited us. And then, conversations will be coming. Where are we coming? Soon?
So I have a show that's opening on Saturday.
Yes.
At David Krut Projects, and then I'm planning a few stuff in September. So keep an eye out.
Okay. So Tina, we will definitely make sure that all the details are out there. There you have it, Pebofatso. Thank you so much. I'm gonna say my son,
It's an
my
honor.
my boy next door, everything. But thank you so much for sharing your space. And I hope that young people out there or somebody out there who see themselves as you to say, if he has made it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And you gave us your time, and I really, really, really appreciate it. And thank you. And possibly we'll come again. And we will come to a show and then we will add the clips so that people can see what we're talking about over and above my this at home. They will tell you, that thing that, but ingubo yakhe amncane, everywhere you go, this is me. Not because biased to you, but it's like I love comfort and I love beautiful stuff, and definitely even the pillows and all. So I think I'll take some pictures, but thank you for your work. Like seeing it.
Yes.
Thank you for your work,
It's
and
an
we
honor.
love it. And it's really, really, really. Yeah. Lona, get more so that we can come go home. All the other homes, including the normal one. And then, thank you so much. And please tell Dad that I'm so grateful for pushing us.
Yes.
Yeah, because all the radio interviews, they will call me. All the radio interviews.
Yeah.
And I love, there's my other segment where it's moms and daughters, and also I'm hoping to also share more of fathers and sons, because I think there's so much more we can do in terms of parenting and how we can motivate our kids and just make sure that we root for our kids and showcase our kids and not be, not embarrassed, but like share. If your child is talented as a parent out there, show them up everywhere you go, call every neighbor. They must know what your child is doing, because there is no other big marketing and brand without a parent. And they're doing amazing. Please tell them that thank you. And they know that I love them.
I will do so.
Yes! Conversations with the Phumzela, the girl next door. And we're able to even talk about the book. Yes, I'm the author, so the book is still available. You can order. So it was great to have Pebofatso. So we have launched the career and profession space. So if you want to share as well, so that we can motivate the young people out there who are still looking into getting into some careers, come, let's share, and then let's hear you, so that we can be not just curriculum, you don't even know what does that mean. So Pebo was here and showcasing him. Thank you so much.